What's going on, everybody? Chapel and Lady Chapel here again for another episode of Chapel's Concert Chronicles. We're here in the hometown of Elkin, as it's another metal biker night here at Angry Troll here in Elkin. So we're here just a little late. The bands have already started, so we're going to go ahead and kick into this one really quick. Lady Chapel, let us know who's playing.
All right, so it looks like first up we've got Push Button Apocalypse. Kudos to them for putting an event up on Facebook way before Angry Troll did, so good job. Nick Branscome and the BPM. And then we've got Midnite Massacre, who was also here last year.
Yep.
And then finishing out with some Blackwater Drowning.
Ooh, yeah, we've seen Blackwater Drowning before at the Crypto Show, so I can't believe they're here in our hometown. So let's give everybody a good listen, because we're about to go head in, get a beer, and hang out with some friends. A lot of friends here tonight too, so you might see them pop up on the Chronicles. So we'll see you there.
Drums.
the beast. This now don't keep no secrets. Follow me. It's a night and a world that you'll never forget. The record we come alive. We put the dead into dead outside. What you hear is now upon you. Open your eyes and stare right into the wolves of the hollow. But with the wolves of the hollow, you're the wolves of the hollow. But with the wolves of the hollow, you're the one I'm holding with the wolves too. You're gone and now you're one of us kids. You're sold to our military. The wolves and now we welcome life. Destiny.
Yes.
My, what a show here in our hometown, nonetheless. Took us no time to get home. That's my favorite kind of show. We're used to traveling so much for these that it's nice to be somewhere where you're just close by and feel the comfort of home after banging your head to some awesome metal. Oh, man. Let's start off with the first band. All right, we'll make sure I get this right. Nick Branscome and the BPM.
Yes.
All right. When we got there, they were kind of sound checking, and then they started playing in mainly covers. And what original songs I heard were really good, and they were a tight band. They were a really tight band. But you know, noticing that the drummer was a little light-handed during that band, like a jazz drummer almost. Ironically, they played Master of Puppets. Well, in part of they did like a Metallica kind of
melody.
Yeah. And it was you know, it was that and For Whom the Bell Tolls mixed together. You know, a little medley. Then you know, after they got done playing, which by the way they sounded great. The guitar player, vocalist, really impressed me with you know, his vocals and his guitar work was really good. The whole band was really good. But moving on to the next band, which was Push Button Apocalypse. They still had the same drummer. He did double duty. He was a lot more heavy-handed the second time around. Still, they did a cover of Master of Puppets, which I thought was just so funny. And he had to play it twice, but he definitely played it a little heavier the second time around, which was interesting to me. Same drummer, but, you know, I guess, you know, yep, had to keep it a little different. Push Button Apocalypse really impressed me. Their lead vocalist and guitar player, man, he had some really good range with his vocals, from singing high and doing kind of the death metal thrashy vocal, you know. And guitar playing was great. First time ever hearing them, and it was definitely a lot of fun. I was like, well, it's a pretty heavy band to hear here, you know, here in Elkin. You know, you don't hear heavy music like we used to. But I was like, oh, this is cool. I've never heard anything this heavy at the Troll before, you know. And then after them, the mighty Midnite Massacre. Love these guys. Been following them for a few years now. Ready for them to get an album out. These guys really need an album out, because I love the original stuff. I love the aesthetic, the whole, you know, it's like shock rock, you know, it's a little spooky shock rock kind of feel with the, you know, with the whole aesthetic. But I mean, my God, the performance was great. They're getting tighter and tighter every time I see them. Front man. He definitely knows how to work the crowd, and he's become a very solid frontman. I'm very, very happy with his performance. As someone who's been a frontman, I dig what he does. I dig what he does a lot. So shout out to my boy Steven. Anyways, so now. I mean, I could go on and on about it. It was a good performance. I actually got to come up and do a little singing of "Dig Up Her Bones," their cover of the Misfits, which was fun, a lot of fun. Thanks for that, and a little shout at the devil. I helped with the shout at the devil for just a little bit. But Stephen, you know,
How fitting.
How fitting. But great performance. Glad hometown boy got to play to a hometown crowd again, and bring some metal for the Metal Bike Night, by the way. Bikers there, and metal, you know, and and beer. Anyways, moving on from Midnite Massacre. Thank you, fellas. to probably the heaviest band to play there in a very long time, at least at the Troll, and that is Blackwater Drowning. Oh, my neck is going to be stiff tomorrow because I had to give it up for them. We have actually had them on this show before when they played with Crypta at the Hangar 1819, and I have to say that I was much more impressed with the vocals this time around. Even though the bass player, it seemed like she had a little bit of like her mic would be loud and then it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was something going on there, and she's killer vocalist as well. Not just the other vocalist. She Jesus at the range in both of these ladies when it comes to the vocals, because we've heard them live before, so we know what they can do. So it was great, and the band itself just as tight as ever. And I know it wasn't the biggest show, but for the people who stay, we quite enjoyed it, and it was such a treat.
Yes.
So I mean, every song just had me I was just wanting to headbang even more and more. And God Almighty, like I said, the range and vocal styles, from singing clean to getting the death metal, the high pitch, almost black metal, style, and and then them singing together, the guitar players back for the drunk. Good Lord, everybody in that band was tight as hell. But they didn't phone it in. You know what I mean? Like they had a good, they come out and played and had a good time. And now, I can't wait to see them. I'm sure we'll see them at another bigger show down the road for sure, because they made fans out of us a long time ago. So can't wait to see. They played a few new songs, and so I can't wait to hear what's next for Blackwater Drowning. Anyways, there's nothing else to say. Thanks to all the bands who played in Elkin tonight at Angry Troll. And go out there and find you some good music.